On Sunday night, we talked about the question, what kind of friend are you? We looked at a story in Luke chapter 5 where we see a group of friends bring a friend in need, a friend that is paralyzed in need, to Jesus. And Jesus was teaching to these Pharisees and teachers, and these Pharisees and teachers weren't people that fully understood who Jesus was or fully believed who Jesus said he was. They were skeptical of who Jesus was. They were there listening to see what they could get against Jesus because they just saw Jesus heal a man of leprosy, and they were so confused. They didn't understand how it was happening. And now they're sitting there listening to Jesus, and these friends bring in a paralyzed man. They try and come through the door, but there's too many people that they can't even get to Jesus. So the friends say, you know what, let's go up to the roof and cut a hole in it and drop our friend down to Jesus. I don't know about you all, but it's difficult to do things like that. It would have been easy for the friends to say, you know what, hey, we tried, we can't get through the door, we'll come and find Jesus later. It would have been easy for them to turn around and go back home. But those friends, they knew that he needed some help. So they said, you know what, we're not making excuses, and it might make a mess. It might be difficult. We've never done anything like this before, but let's go to the roof. Let's go to the roof and do whatever we can to cut a hole out of the roof so that we can drop our friend down in front of Jesus so that he can be healed. Because they had just seen Jesus heal a man of leprosy. They believed that their friend could be healed and be able to walk again. And as the guy is dropped down through the ceiling, can you imagine what the crowd would have been like? They would have probably been like, what are you doing? This is going to cause a mess. There's a hole in the roof. There's a big disturbance. It would have been a very interesting and difficult situation to be a part of. But the friends didn't care. They knew their friend needed help. They knew that their friend needed Jesus. So they dropped the man down in front of Jesus. And Jesus says, sir, your sins are forgiven. And all the Pharisees and teachers go crazy because they're saying, how in the world can you forgive sins? Only God can forgive sins. And Jesus tells them, he says, yeah, but I've told you that I am the Son of Man. And God has given me the ability to forgive sins here on earth. He says, what would have been easier, to say your sins are forgiven or to get up and walk? So he says the sins are forgiven. And then he says, hey, take the mat that you were on and go home. Get up, take your mat, and walk out of this place. And that's what he does. And the crowd is amazed because Jesus just performed an incredible miracle, and it's a beautiful story. But I think we need to focus really quick on the best friends. The friend group that said, you know what, we're not going to allow anything to stop us. We're getting him to Jesus. And it made me ask the question, what kind of friend are you? Are you a friend that would have made the excuses? Are you a friend that would have said, hey, let's just go home? Or are you a friend that would have said, you know what, let's find a way to get our friend to Jesus because he needs help? What kind of friend are you? Because when we say that we believe in Jesus, we say that we're going to be with Jesus in eternity. We're going to be able to experience heaven forever. And that's the best gift that we could ever have, is to have Jesus come down to die for us so that we can spend eternity with him. So we need to understand that we need to do what love does because we saw what love did by coming down to the cross to die for every single one of us. So we need to do what love would do and go through the roof and bring our friends to Jesus. Bring people that need to be healed to Jesus. And it doesn't matter if there's something in the way. You got to find a way to knock down the roof, to knock down the wall, or knock down any obstacle in front of you, because we know as Christ followers that Jesus is the answer. That Jesus can heal, that Jesus can save lives, that Jesus can perform miracles and save our friends. So I want to ask you the question, what kind of a friend are you? Are you a friend that would have made the excuse? Or are you a friend that would have done what love does and brought your friend to Jesus?